Back in studio with the guys. The ball has been restored to a safe place. Don't worry about it. At least here, not for the San Francisco 49ers. It wasn't in a safe place the entirety of this game. JJ, I'm looking at Brock Purdy's performance. I don't love it. He does cross the 300-yard threshold, but 2-2, another 2 turnovers. What do you make of what I'd constitute as a lackluster effort here from the 49ers?
Yeah, it was sloppy by Brock Purdy in his first game back since he suffered that turf toe injury a couple of weeks ago, so he looked a little rusty, right? We also have seen a Niners team that has not paid a great deal of attention to the details so far through the start of the season. They've been able to win despite of that, but we see today, especially missing Bosa, they didn't have a sack on the defensive side. They barely even pressured Trevor Lawrence. You know, if you pressure Trevor Lawrence, typically good things happen for your defense and bad things happen for the team located in Duval County. So in the absence of that, we saw a Jacksonville Jaguars team that they didn't have to do too much, right? Trevor Lawrence didn't have 300 yards today. They did enough to get a win on the road in San Francisco, and maybe they didn't even have to steal that many signs.
Yeah, JJ, the ball is everything. We talked about that earlier in this show, right? 4 turnovers, it's hard to win a game. Plus, you give up a special teams touchdown, even harder to win a game. But I'm going to harp on something that I've been harping on with the San Francisco 49ers all year long, and it's the lack of depth on the offensive line. Their offensive line has not been able to move anybody in the run game. We know with Kyle Shanahan, it's all about the run. It sets up their entire pass game because he mirrors it, right? Everything looks exactly the same. To be able to throw those in-breaking routes, we know Brock Purdy's really good when it comes to timing and throwing the football in the middle of the field. But it's hard to do that if you cannot establish the run game. And at times, Christian McCaffrey doesn't look as explosive. Now, he looked really good catching the ball out of the backfield, but they have not been able to run the game the first 4 weeks of the season, run the ball.
It's been fascinating to watch this from a draft perspective, right? Because when you look at how the Jaguars have drafted, we always say, oh, man, they had a really good draft, but can they come together? This was a different element for them because we saw how Jacksonville did a great job of using their length and athleticism. It was clear and evident. They created way more explosives than San Francisco in the run game. Travis Etienne had over 120 yards rushing, had a big long run down the sideline. You saw big chunk plays on defense created by them because of the length and athleticism up front. Even the plays we came into this highlight talking about was because they created so much problem and havoc within their front seven. San Francisco frontline starters can do that, but as you go deeper down that depth chart, which has been exposed today, they don't have those same guys that Jacksonville has. So when Jacksonville is coaching, those guys are playing great. Now we see all of that talent and depth come together, and this is the type of outcome you expect from Jacksonville more so than just today.
You talk about the depth along the front lines. How about the depth for the San Francisco 49ers at pass catcher right now? Because Ricky Pearsall goes out with an injury. Juwan Jennings was dealing with an injury. We know that Brandon Ayuk is not going to return anytime soon because after he tore up his knee last year, John Lynch saying that he's not really close to returning. The 49ers are going to be without George Kittle for at least another game due to IR rules where you have to sit at least 4 games. So you look at what the Niners are doing. If Brock Purdy is not protecting the football and they aren't running the football, and because they can't because of what's up front, to whom are they throwing the football who's healthy right now?
A problem for the 49ers moving forward, but a theme that would be welcomed by Jacksonville. 9 turnovers the entirety of last season, already 13 in this young year. Let's take a look at those numbers. It's been a turnover of turnovers, if you will, a year over for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now 13 in their first 4 games, head and shoulders the most through 4 games in franchise history.